everybody. I'm so excited. We made it. We made it. We are on day 7 of the Discipline of Planning by the Christian Institute of Management. So throughout this study, we have talked about praying, planning, goal setting, overcoming obstacles, the who, the what, and the how of accomplishing our goals. And now in day 7, it's finally time for us to act. All right. So yesterday we dealt with the story of Esther and Mordecai, and we looked at their plan of action to get deliverance for the Jews. And we looked at a story of Gladys Halliward and how it demonstrated God's ability to supply our needs and push us through a plan of action to accomplish what he desires for us. So let's deal with the topic of act. Our key scripture is back with our friend Nehemiah 2:20. The God of heaven will give us success. Therefore, we, his servants, will arise and build. So, procrastination is the fertilizer that makes difficulties grow. I'm going to stop right there and read that again. Procrastination is the fertilizer that makes difficulties grow. You know what just popped in my head? Nothing makes more laundry like more laundry. Nothing makes dishes pile up faster in your sink than dishes that are already in your sink. So they preaching right here. Procrastination is the fertilizer that makes difficulties grow. Nehemiah was a focused man. He always kept his mind on God's promise to gather his people back to Jerusalem. His focus was on the benefits of completing the task, which led him to act immediately and to complete what he set out to do. Nehemiah prayed, reminding God of his purpose to gather his people back to Jerusalem if they keep his commandments and obey him. After praying and planning for 4 months, like we saw in chapter 2, Nehemiah did not take long to make up his mind and seize the opportunity. He prayed to God to prosper him that day as he presented himself to the king. And after getting the king's approval, he didn't wait to go to Jerusalem. He would have had some legitimate reasons to postpone the trip and say, once I get over these challenges, I'll go. He was not afraid of the difficulties he was going to encounter in the process. So there is such thing as analysis paralysis. If you're like me, you will look at a plan and look at a plan and look at a plan and exhaust all the possibilities before you start doing anything. But understanding, as we've discussed in the devotional, that obstacles and challenges are inevitable, there comes a point where you have to just start walking. If you have prayed, you have planned, you have set your goal, you have done your due diligence to determine what needs to happen, who it needs to happen with, and how, trust God and move forward. William Wilberforce did not stop with planning to fight for abolishing the slave trade in Great Britain, but he seized every opportunity and did not stop until he had done everything he could to make it happen. Neither the opposition in the parliament nor his health condition could stop him. German novelist Goethe once said, "Thinking is easy, acting is difficult, and to put one's thoughts into action is the most difficult thing in the world." That is probably why only a few people follow through on their goals. I mean, if you probably walk outside, there's probably a gold mine of dreams just passing by on the sidewalk or down the street. But you'll never see that materialize because those people are afraid to mine for them. So it's one thing to think about things and just really, really ruminate on them, but putting them into action is the only way to manifest and see that actual fruit. Are you willing to take steps based on your best instincts, or do you endlessly analyze everything? Lee Iacocca said, even the right decision is the wrong decision if it is made too late. I can attest to that. Hope you take concrete steps toward realizing your goals today. God will surely give you success if you live and walk according to His will. And I will point out that without faith, it's impossible to please God or do the things that please God. So if you have done your part, have faith and move forward. Take those steps. I encourage you to adopt some of the thoughts that we've talked about in terms of planning and setting goals and taking those ideas and those seeds planted in you and beginning to make them real, because you have a unique contribution to make in this world, and it would be a shame for you to leave here and you not see the benefit and we not see the benefit of it either. Somebody is counting and betting on you to plan, set that goal, and act upon it. So our prayer for today is, Father, help me to act on the plans I have made to achieve my goals. In all these, let your name be glorified. And I pray that as we've done this study this week, that His name was glorified. So thank you guys for your time and for sharing in this with me this week. We'll be doing another edition of Study with Mack in March in honor of Women's History Month. So be on the lookout for that. And just continue to stay tuned. Again, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and definitely at MacktheMaverick.com, where I'll be sharing different insights on inspiration, lifestyle. I'll be throwing in some hair and beauty, and also dealing with one of my favorite topics, planning. So you don't want to miss the content that we have rolling out this year. So with that, see you later.